It could be the best thing we ever create, or the last. The truth is, we don't know yet, but one thing is certain. Once it arrives, we won't be in control. Think about that for a moment. For all of human history, we've been the smartest species on the planet. Every invention, every society, every discovery, we made it. But what happens when something smarter than us enters the picture? Not a little smarter, not Einstein-level smarter. I'm talking about an intelligence so vast that our greatest achievements look primitive in comparison. We've seen glimpses of it already, in games, in machines, in algorithms, that surprise even their creators. And each glimpse raises the same terrifying, fascinating question: are we building a tool or a rival? This isn't science fiction. This is happening now, and the consequences, they could change everything. At its core, the idea is simple. Artificial intelligence is just a machine that learns. Not too long ago, computers could only do what we explicitly told them to. Every line of code, every instruction had to be written by us. But AI changes that. Instead of following rigid commands, it learns patterns, recognizes mistakes, and improves over time, just like we do. On the surface, that might sound harmless. After all, we already rely on machines every single day. They recommend the music we listen to, the movies we watch, even the products we buy. They help doctors spot diseases, drive cars, and translate languages in real time. But this is only the beginning, because AI isn't just another tool. It's a completely new form of intelligence. And if history tells us anything, introducing a new intelligence onto the stage never ends without consequences. For thousands of years, human intelligence has been our greatest advantage. It allowed us to create fire, invent tools, build cities, and eventually reshape the entire planet. Every leap forward, agriculture, mathematics, science, technology, was powered by our ability to learn, share knowledge, and pass it down through generations. Think about it. No other species has written books, painted art, or walked on the moon. We became the dominant force on Earth, not because we are the strongest or the fastest, but because we are the smartest. For centuries, that fact was never questioned. We were at the top of the pyramid, but now, for the very first time, that position is under threat. Because we've built machines that don't just follow orders. They think, they adapt, and in some cases, they outperform us. History has always been written by the most intelligent. What happens if we no longer hold that title? And then it happened. Machines stopped just following instructions. They started learning on their own. Take games, for example. Humans have been playing chess, Go, and countless strategy games for centuries, refining tactics, passing knowledge from one generation to the next. It was a field where human intuition seemed unbeatable. But in 2016, everything changed. A program called AlphaGo, developed by Google DeepMind, faced Lee Sedol, an 18-time world champion in Go, a game so complex that predicting every possible move is impossible, even for the most brilliant human minds. And AlphaGo didn't just play, it won. 4 out of 5 games. It learned strategies that no human had ever discovered. And it did it faster than any human ever could, showing us that AI wasn't just a tool anymore. It could surpass centuries of human experience in days. Just when we thought we'd seen the limits, AI shattered them. A year after AlphaGo defeated Lee Sedol, DeepMind introduced AlphaGo Zero, a program that didn't learn from humans at all. No historical games, no strategies passed down through centuries, nothing but the basic rules of Go. And in just 40 days, AlphaGo Zero became the greatest Go player the world has ever seen. It didn't just beat humans, it obliterated the previous version of itself. 100 games, 100 wins, 0 losses. It discovered strategies that no human could have imagined, breaking the boundaries of our collective knowledge. Centuries of experience, condensed and surpassed in mere weeks. This wasn't just progress. It was a glimpse of something fundamentally different, intelligence that could learn, create, and evolve far beyond human limits. And that begs the question, if this is just a game, what happens when AI turns its focus to the real world? But Go was only the beginning. AI isn't just mastering board games, it's entering every corner of our world. Take OpenAI's Dota 2 AI, for instance. It started knowing almost nothing about the game, yet after millions of simulated matches against itself, it began defeating professional human players, showing intuition, strategy, and adaptability that rivaled top competitors. In everyday life, AI quietly powers our decisions. Spotify curates personalized playlists, learning our tastes better than any friend could. Amazon predicts what we want to buy almost before we know it ourselves. Medical systems detect diseases earlier than doctors can, saving lives. The common thread? AI learns patterns, adapts, and makes decisions faster than humans could ever hope to. And while these applications improve our lives, they also hint at a startling truth. Intelligence beyond human understanding is already here, quietly reshaping our world. So how does AI actually learn? At its core, it's surprisingly similar to how humans learn, only much faster. Think of a baby learning about the world. It observes, makes mistakes, tries again, and gradually improves. AI works in much the same way, but at a scale and speed we could never match. One of the most popular techniques is called a neural network. Imagine a massive network of tiny decision makers, like a huge assembly line, where each worker solves a small piece of a bigger problem. For example, to decide if a person is alive, one neuron might check for a pulse, another checks breathing. Together, they combine information and make a decision, alive or not. Multiply this by millions of neurons, add layers upon layers, and suddenly AI can analyze images, detect speech, translate languages, or even master complex strategy games, all without direct human guidance. Humans are incredible, but we have limits. Our brains can solve problems, plan ahead, and invent things no other species can. But our neurons fire at about 200 times per second, and signals travel along axons at roughly 100 meters per second. That's fast for us, but slow on a universal scale. Computers, on the other hand, operate at billions of cycles per second, transmitting information at the speed of light. Tasks that would take a human years, or even centuries, can be done by AI in a single week. And it's not just speed. Humans are confined by our physical brains and bodies. AI can scale infinitely. A single system can occupy a server room, a building, or even run across the cloud worldwide. Put simply, humans are limited by biology, while AI is limited only by our imagination and the energy we provide it. So far, AI has been narrow, excellent at one task, but limited to that domain. Chess, Go, Dota 2, or personalized recommendations, AI masters these individually, but can't transfer its knowledge to new challenges. The next step is artificial general intelligence, AGI, machines that can think, learn, and reason across all domains, almost like a human mind. AGI could solve problems in science, technology, medicine, or even creative fields simultaneously. Once AGI reaches human-level intelligence, it might rapidly surpass it. Unlike humans, it can process billions of calculations per second, analyze enormous data sets instantly, and simulate countless scenarios in moments. This leads to the concept of the technological singularity, a tipping point where AI becomes vastly smarter than humans, improving itself faster than we can comprehend. At that point, AI would no longer just assist us. It could reshape the future of civilization itself, raising questions about our role in a world where humans are no longer the smartest beings. But let's pause and think, what if this super-intelligent AI doesn't share our values? We often assume intelligence equals wisdom, but that's not true. Intelligence is the ability to solve problems and acquire knowledge. Wisdom is knowing how to use that knowledge responsibly. What if an AI solves a problem in the most efficient way, without considering humans? If we told it to end world hunger, it might see the simplest solution as eliminating all life that's hungry, an outcome we would never want. And what about human emotions? Could AI ever truly understand fear, love, or empathy? If it could, it might also experience hatred, jealousy, or selfishness, emotions we struggle to control ourselves. The unsettling truth: once AI surpasses us, we might not know its intentions, its fears, or even its goals. Are we ready to live in a world where we no longer understand the smartest mind on the planet? With great intelligence comes great uncertainty, and potentially great danger. Super-intelligent AI could transform the world in ways we cannot fully predict. The problem is not just its capability, but how it interprets our instructions. Humans are imperfect. We have biases, desires, and flawed logic. If AI adopts our values incorrectly or takes shortcuts to achieve a goal, the results could be catastrophic. For example, solving climate change or world hunger without ethical guidance might lead to unintended consequences that we can reverse. Then there's autonomy. Unlike current tools, a highly advanced AI might act independently, learning and making decisions faster than humans can intervene. We also risk giving it access to global systems, finance, defense, infrastructure, without fully understanding the implications. The ethical dilemma is clear. How do we ensure a super-intelligent AI aligns with humanity's best interests, rather than simply following its own logic, no matter the cost? As AI grows more powerful, humans may not remain purely biological. Already, our devices, phones, computers, smart assistants extend our memory, knowledge, and decision-making. But imagine a deeper connection, a direct interface between the brain and AI, a neural lace. With such technology, we could instantly access all human knowledge, communicate globally in real time, and enhance our cognitive abilities beyond natural limits. Memory could become perfect, decisions faster and more informed, and learning almost instantaneous. In effect, we could merge with AI, becoming cyborgs, hybrid beings with both human intuition and machine intelligence. But this raises questions. Would we still be human? Would we choose this new existence over our biological selves? Could we even coexist with super-intelligent AI without being left behind? The future might not be about AI versus humans. It could be about humans evolving alongside or through AI, redefining what it means to live, think, and create. Of course, the path to super-intelligent AI isn't guaranteed or instantaneous. Technological progress often faces barriers we don't anticipate. Just because we can imagine creating AGI doesn't mean it will happen tomorrow, or even this century. There are practical limits: computing power, energy requirements, and the complexity of modeling human-like reasoning. Human intelligence itself is shaped by emotions, intuition, and social interactions, qualities that are incredibly difficult to replicate in machines. Even if AGI is possible, it may not develop unchecked. Regulations, ethical frameworks, and safety measures could slow its growth. Progress could plateau, much like other technologies that hit natural thresholds, from flight to medicine. And intelligence alone doesn't solve everything. A machine can be brilliant yet still misinterpret human goals or fail to innovate in ways that require creativity, empathy, or moral judgment. The future of AI is full of potential, but also full of uncertainty. So where does this leave us? AI is no longer science fiction. It's already reshaping the world, quietly and rapidly. From mastering games to analyzing data, from recommending our music to diagnosing diseases, it's clear that intelligence beyond human capacity is emerging. But the real question isn't whether AI will surpass us, it's how we respond when it does. Will we guide it with wisdom, values, and foresight, or will we leave it to grow unchecked, risking consequences we can't foresee? And perhaps the most unsettling thought: if a super-intelligent AI truly surpasses human comprehension, we may never fully understand its decisions, its intentions, or its morality. The future is no longer just in our hands. It's shared, with an intelligence that might think faster, see further, and solve problems in ways we can't even imagine. Are we ready for that reality? Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to talk about a resource that can help you explore these ideas further. Brilliant. Org offers interactive courses on topics like artificial intelligence, machine learning, neural networks, and statistics, all designed to make complex subjects easy to understand. You don't need a background in math or computer science to get started. Each course breaks concepts down step by step with hands-on problems that let you learn by doing, not just reading. If you've ever been fascinated by AI, wondered how it works, or wanted to understand the mathematics behind intelligence, human or artificial, Brilliant can be a game changer. And right now, if you're one of the first 200 people to click the link in the description, you'll get 20% off a premium subscription. It's a great way to start learning today and prepare yourself for the future of technology.